Good morning. Uh, what should I say right now? And how shall I begin the beginning? আর সত্যি কথা বলতে গেলে আমি বললেই সবাইকেই মানে ঠিক অ্যালার্ট করছি অ্যাবাউট ইংরেজি সম্বন্ধে। আমি ভিডিও ওয়াচ করি ইউটিউবে। আমরা ইংরেজিটা শিখি ডু ডাজ ডিড অ্যান্ড এগুলো আমি দেখছিলাম টিভি এই ইউটিউব আপলোডেড পার্টগুলোতে। I know the same thing that is taught in our schools. The school teachers they normally teach. But that is important much, yes, of course, I accept this. And I must be agree with the teachers when they teach the students how to use and how to make sentences. That is called, usually we use assertive sentence and interrogative sentence. তো এখানে আমরা এগুলো দেখতে পাচ্ছি না, we know everything else, but when we are to apply this one, where we are to apply, I can understand it, everybody can follow this one, but exactly following the theme and education in English is really highly appreciable. But unless we use it, I don't think that it has an impact of learning English. Exactly what we do not try to understand, we do not try to apply. That is the vital part. And grammar is not at all important much in this regard. Just we need to have more word store. How can we develop our vocabulary is important. How can we select the appropriate word by just barely using? Doesn't mean what. All the teachers they know. And those who are teaching privately, they also know this. But the appropriate word and how one can make one word to different words. What would be the subject? Then must be noun or equivalent to noun. So for that we need to make words from one words to different words in regard to parts of speech, means noun, adjective, verb and adverb. These are very much important. So education is really easy when a teacher educates the students following the educational system, following the rules of the grammar that is understood. It is hard and fast, it is to be used. Either your sentences would never be made perfect. The answer will not be expected, the correct answer. So I feel myself and I watch silently. It's reflection, what I do teach and what I like. আমি বাংলাই তো বললাম, কিন্তু আমি বাংলাটা জেনে and whenever just somebody else asking me the questions in English, I should answer in English, and just while I am producing my certificates, securing this much and that is considered, yes, I know English. But whenever just I am asked to write something else, I'm just write a letter or say something, submit your what is called view, why you have come here. So ultimately, then we cannot proceed. That is important. Our procedure is important. So I can teach you is about the modal verbs, about the what is called the auxiliary verbs. And then exactly these are the part of this finite verb, the somapikakri. This is important much. The verb is somapikakri, means when the finite verbs are infinitives, and infinitives are infinitives, or non-finites, gerund participle, progressive participle, which are much important, that exactly help us or those exactly help us to express our concept, accept our idea, accept, I mean, it's what I call, we can present our views clearly. And more or less, reading something else, we can understand that part if we have that vocabulary. And just while you are reading something, you must not carry with you the dictionary to get its meaning clear, opening the page. Or either using Android set, you cannot get its meaning clear. So how can you solve all these problems? I know there is one episode, means what is called the highlightings in teachings. Really very good. I appreciate it. I love it. But the same thing is followed. It will not be effective unless you make the student convinced. Why, how, and when you can use this. So like this way, just if we keep on teaching students how do, does, did, and should, and would, and could, and shall, and will, where it is to be used, anybody can follow this one. Just simply think, we the teachers should always energize them, help them to gain confidence. How can they introduce themselves? So fortunately, I met human, and they ask me, or they come to me to have English education. Why? They are matured. They are mostly post-graduated and graduate, completion of graduation. They come to me, sir. We are very much facing problems about English. We cannot understand reading a part. If we cannot understand, we can never answer this one. So in this way, just if our teaching system continues, when the teachers, they continue teaching the students, following the system, and they are using 90% Bengali and 10% English, so that would have, and it is expected that would have no impact. So like this way, if it is continued, then English teaching will be collapsed. What is collapsed? You know English. We can understand, but we cannot use it. So we have money, but we do not use. So what is the value of that things? We know education, when we are educated, but we cannot use English. Then what is the certification that reflects, that says? So that is important, my sir. I ask all my loving students, everybody is a student. I am also a student till. So it is not felt shame. Why just you are saying something else? You must commit mistake. You do. So the teacher say where I can use English because the students cannot follow. Mr. How? Which is why you have become teacher. Make that environment where you to use. Ask them, the student, ask the students. I can, you can, everybody can, that why can you not apply this? He does, I do, they do. Why the students do not do? Why the teachers, they do not apply? And the teacher simply wonder what is the presents one lame excuse, what to use, to whom to tell. So it is really much ridiculous to make such comment. So, but I dislike degrading. I dislike, why? Because they are regarded, they are respected teachers. So exactly we need to have parts of speech and the figure of speech. That's nothing else. Literally, we can present, means colloquially, we can converse with using the literal meanings. And whenever just we are going to read something, any extracts or either from any poets or from any means what is essayist or novelist, we must find there normally the figure of speech. But the accent is highly needed to be learned. Punctuation is highly needed to be taught. But we do not follow this. And very much regretted, and I follow every day how the students, they are developing, how they are responding. Hardly I can. And I expect from them a lot. My intention, I am not a superior, I am a student till, and what I know, just simply I communicate. I am not teaching. You don't consider it that I am a teacher. No teacher can teach unless he feels himself that I am a student. I am senior most, I do not teach. So it is important, it is vital part. And what is the potential of learning English? Everybody knows. And what is important, much everybody knows. Now all that competitive examinations are based on English. All that official letters are based on English. All the banks and others means what is called the relative correspondences are made in English. You were to respond about a letter or just your officers, your boss or your immediate superior has asked you to submit your this. So at that time the Bengali will here in Bengal it is alright, it is acceptable right in Bengali. But why just you will go and just little official just you are going to make a correspondence. 80% to 90% correspondence are made in English. Why do we not understand? আমি বাংলায় শিখিয়ে দেবো কিন্তু সমাপিকা অসমাপিকা but why just you are going to apply, you are becoming confused. It is not at all a teaching system. This crisis is very much what is called collapsing our what is called the confidence we cannot gain. We cannot use it. We know English, we can write English, we can present English, it's all right. But without of application and following the grammatical rule. I never ask anybody to speak English, no sir. You must speak the right English. And I do not ask anybody who spoken English means Jivisa has described as a foul English. It is a broken English. It is not used, it is colloquial. আমি ভাত খাচ্ছি, it is a colloquial Bangla. It is not a standard Bangla. আমি বুঝতে পারতাম, it is not Hindi. मैं समझ सकता हूँ. और গ্রামাটিক্যালি আমার হিন্দিতে বড় বেশি গন্ডগোল করে দিই, তবুও আমরা বলি আমরা হিন্দি জানি। স্যার আমিও অনেকদিন হিন্দি ভাষী দেশগুলোতে কাটিয়ে এসেছি, প্রদেশগুলোতে, রাজ্যগুলোতে, আমি তো বুঝতে পারি আমি এখনো পর্যন্ত হিন্দিটাকে ভয় করি গ্রামাটিক্যালি। কেন জানি এটাও কিন্তু খেলো করা যায় না। দেবনাগরীকে আমরা অবজ্ঞা করতে পারি না। এটা আমাদের ভারতের সংস্কৃতি, এটা আমাদের সংহতির বিকাশের একটা পথ ছিল, সংস্কৃতি ছিল। আজকে আমি দুঃখের সাথে বলতে চাইছি এগুলোকে নিয়ে আমরা কেন আলোচনা করি না। আজকে ইউটিউবে আপলোড করা একটা তো ফ্যাশন দাঁড়িয়ে গেছে, কিন্তু সে ফ্যাশনটাকে অ্যাক্টিভেট করাটা তো সবচেয়ে বড় মূল্যবান অ্যাক্টিভিটি। বাট আর ইউ সিনসিয়ার অ্যাট ইট? স্যার প্লিজ সেই জন্য সবাইকে বলবো নাউন প্রোনাউন ভাব অ্যাডজেক্টিভ প্রিপোজিশন কনজাংশনটাকে একটু রপ্ত করুন। তারপরে সাবজেক্ট অবজেক্ট ভাব কমপ্লিমেন্টেশন। Make sentences does not matter. Making sentences does not matter. Matter is only your application. Try to apply, and if you start applying this, and systematically your knowledge will be developed unexpectedly, endlessly. Sir, that is my kind request, and amiably I ask to all the followers: live learning where Bengali is used more. 50-50 is acceptable. 60-40 is acceptable, but more. That would make us what is called idle, crippled. So don't do this, please. That's my. And thereafter, just I am proceeding, and I must find it out how to present educational system in a new, what is called a rap, a newly modified process. I can, because being Bengali, I know about, and I am easier than also. So I have just gained little knowledge about this. I shall communicate it. Okay, today nothing more I want to say. I like your endeavor that is to be applied. Do it, sir. You all are my beloved, respected, and nothing more I will say today. Okay. Have a nice day.